In the war-torn city of Marawi, the sun rises slowly over the broken skyline, casting long shadows across the ruins that were once homes, schools, and playgrounds. The air is thick with dust and memories. Amidst the scattered debris and the faint smell of smoke, an 8-year-old girl named Amira Santos walks carefully along the cracked pavement, barefoot and silent. Her tiny feet are coated in gray dust, but she doesn't seem to mind. In her arms, she carries an old handmade guitar, the only thing she has left from her father, a soldier who never came back. The guitar is rough and chipped, yet to her, it's a treasure beyond anything else in the world. The streets of Marawi are quiet now. The laughter of children, the calls of street vendors, the songs from the small church on the corner, all have faded. But sometimes, when Amira strums her little guitar, the echoes of those old sounds seem to return, just for a moment. She sits on a broken doorstep, her dark eyes filled with both innocence and sorrow. Closing them, she starts to hum softly. It's a song her mother used to sing when the world still made sense, before the bombs and before the silence. Her voice, though small, carries far across the ruins. It's a song about home, about peace, and about the love that refuses to die, no matter how many things the war destroys. People passing by stop to listen. Old women carrying baskets of rice, children playing with tin cans, and even a soldier standing watch nearby, all pause for a moment, drawn by the raw emotion in her voice. The little girl doesn't notice them. She sings not for applause but for comfort, for healing, for her father. Tears gather at the corners of her eyes as she whispers the words, "War took everything, but not my song." Her mother, Lena Santos, watches from a few meters away, holding back tears of her own. Life has been unbearably hard since the war. Their home was lost, their savings gone, their family broken. Yet every morning, she sees her daughter pick up that old guitar and sing with a courage that seems far too great for such a small child. It gives her strength to keep going. Sometimes, after Amira finishes singing, she turns her gaze toward the far horizon. She dreams of places she's never seen, bright stages, big cities, and smiling faces who would listen to her story. She once saw a clip on her mother's phone of a show called America's Got Talent, where people from all over the world sing and share their dreams. Since that day, she's held a secret wish deep inside her heart, to sing there one day, not for fame, but to show the world that even a child from the ruins of Marawi can carry a message of peace through music. The wind blows gently, carrying her melody through the empty streets. In that moment, the broken city feels alive again. Her song becomes a promise, that no matter how much war takes away, hope will always find a way to sing. Under the dazzling lights of America's Got Talent in Los Angeles, 8-year-old Amira Santos steps nervously onto the grand stage. The audience murmurs softly, curious about the tiny girl standing there in a simple white dress, holding a worn-out guitar with a few cracks on its body. The world around her feels huge, towering cameras, a sea of faces, and the shining red buzzers lined up before the judges' table. Her heart beats fast, her small hands trembling as she grips the neck of her guitar. Simon Cowell leans forward with a gentle smile, sensing her fear. "Hello, sweetheart. What's your name?" he asks in his calm British voice. "My name is Amira Santos," she replies shyly, her Filipino accent light but clear. Simon nods encouragingly. "And where are you from?" "From the Philippines, from Marawi City," she answers. A quiet murmur ripples through the crowd. The name of her city, once famous for its beauty, now known to the world for its war and suffering, carries weight. Simon's tone softens. "What will you be singing for us tonight?" Amira glances at her guitar, takes a deep breath, and says, "A song I wrote. It's called, War Took Everything." The audience falls silent. Even the other judges, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel, look at her with curiosity and tenderness. As she strums the first chord, her small voice fills the hall. It's fragile yet full of emotion, trembling at first, then growing stronger with each verse. The lyrics tell her story, of losing her home, her father, and her childhood, but also of her belief that love and peace can heal even the deepest wounds. Her voice paints pictures no one can see, a child hiding from the sound of bombs, a mother whispering lullabies through tears, a sky once filled with smoke now slowly clearing. The crowd listens in awe. A few people wipe their eyes, while others close them, lost in the purity of her song. By the second verse, Simon's usual serious expression changes. His eyes glisten, his lips pressed tightly as he leans closer, completely drawn in by her words. When Amira reaches the final line, "But still I sing for peace," the theater is utterly still. Then, as the last chord fades into silence, the audience erupts in applause. Everyone rises to their feet, clapping, cheering, some even shouting "Bravo!" Amira stands frozen, overwhelmed, tears rolling down her cheeks as she bows. Simon slowly stands up, smiling warmly. "Amira," he says, his voice filled with emotion, "you didn't just sing, you shared your heart. That was one of the most powerful moments we've ever had on this stage." The crowd roars in agreement. Simon looks down, presses the golden buzzer, and the room explodes in golden confetti. Amira gasps, covering her face in disbelief. The golden rain falls over her like a dream, and for the first time since the war, she smiles, pure, radiant, and full of hope. Golden confetti still drifts through the air as Amira Santos stands frozen on the America's Got Talent stage, her small hands trembling around the guitar. The audience cheers wildly, chanting her name. For a moment, she doesn't move, she just stares at the glittering gold pieces falling around her, as if she's standing inside a dream she never thought could come true. Tears roll down her cheeks, and when she finally looks up, she sees Simon Cowell standing and clapping, something he rarely does. His eyes are soft, his usual tough expression replaced by genuine emotion. Simon walks up to the stage, microphone in hand. "Amira," he says gently, "you just reminded everyone why this show exists. It's not about fame or competition, it's about finding voices that touch the world." The crowd goes quiet, listening closely. He turns to the audience and continues, "She came from a city that suffered one of the hardest battles in recent years, Marawi. She lost almost everything, yet here she is, singing a song that carries more hope than most of us can ever imagine. That's real courage." The camera cuts to Amira's mother, Lena Santos, backstage, crying with pride as she watches her daughter bathed in gold light. She whispers, "Your papa would be so proud." Amira sees her mother through the curtain and smiles, holding her guitar close to her heart. For the first time, she feels the weight of her pain turning into something beautiful, something powerful enough to reach millions. Simon looks back at Amira. "You didn't just sing about war," he says, "you sang about peace. You turned pain into hope. And that's what makes you special." The other judges nod, still wiping their eyes. The audience stands once again, many holding up their phones to record the moment that everyone knows will go viral by morning. After the show, Simon posts on his social media. "An 8-year-old girl from the Philippines sang tonight and changed everything. Her name is Amira Santos from Marawi, and her song, 'War Took Everything,' reminded us that hope always finds a way to sing." Within hours, the clip spreads across the internet, millions of views, thousands of comments. People from all over the world write messages of love and support, calling her the voice of peace. Back in her small room in Los Angeles, Amira scrolls through the comments, smiling shyly. "Mama," she says softly, "I think people heard us." Her mother nods, tears in her eyes. "Yes, Anak. The world heard you." As she drifts to sleep that night, Amira dreams of Marawi, not the broken city she left behind, but a bright, peaceful place where children laugh and music fills the air again. Her song had begun as a cry of loss, but now, it had become something greater, a message of healing for the world. Even after the stage lights fade and the crowd goes home, her voice continues to echo, reminding everyone that even when war takes everything, music can give it all back.